How did he go this morning, and what did you see?
He looked beautiful on the track this morning. He had high energy, and it's nice to train on a dry track, no rain, and I think the forecast is going to be good for us, so we're looking real good.
You were out there on the pony with him. What kind of horse is he training and leading up to a big race?
You know, he's a little on the anxious side. I'll say that for him. He stays fresh and happy all the time, so you just got to watch him, make sure he's going forward at all times.
You were pleased with how he shipped in, and he kind of has settled in well here to Pimlico?
Absolutely. It's a short trip. It's only an hour flight and, just a 30, 40-minute van ride. So it's stall to stall, it's not bad at all.
Coming out of a fourth place finish in the Kentucky Derby, of course an eventful race, but how did he come out of that as far as keeping his weight up and his overall health?
He came out of it surprisingly well, very well, because that race will tend to get to the bottom of one. And, he came back in fine shape, doing well.
Now, what do you look for as far as leading into the Preakness? How do you think the race may potentially shape up for him?
Well, with it being, we're looking forward to a dry track for one thing. I think he'd like that a lot better. And he probably is a horse that just needs to be a little more forwardly placed in the race instead of being caught behind horses. So, with the smaller field, hopefully we, get a good break and get good position, stay clean.
The Baffert team did have 3 horses in the Derby and probably the only one coming to the Preakness. Can you tell me a little bit about that decision?
Bob evaluates the horses after the race, and, he just decided Improbable looked like the one to bring. The other 2 are just going to wait for races down the road.
This could be Bob's 8th Preakness to break the record. How have you just had so much luck here in Maryland?
Well, our horses they really go over this track well, and it's if your horse runs well in the Derby, they usually run good here. So, and all the ones that really had ran here either had won or, except for Looking at Lucky, but he had kind of a troubled trip. Usually the horses that run well at Churchill, they'll come back here and perform.
A big couple of years in the past, certainly for the Baffert team, looking to last year. Different weather, of course, with Justify emerging from the fog.
Yeah, different in the weather, and American Pharoah was just a heavy, heavy downpour. But, you just got to take it as it comes, and we just look forward to having a dry track. I really think this horse would prefer a dry track over a wet track.
Of course, every win is big, but what does it mean just getting a chance to talk to you now to have been part of 2 Triple Crown winners?
Well, I mean, it means so much, and after the first one, because it hadn't been done in so long, and then for us to repeat again, with it 2 years later, those are once in a lifetime horses, and they don't really come around that often. So when you do have them, they're only there for a short period of time, so you really have to enjoy it and just cherish every moment.